Howdy, my name is Curvin, I'm with 4Y Games, and this is the story behind my game, Allow Me to Mansplain. Mansplaining was always a word that people threw around that I didn't really understand. The whole idea of explaining something that didn't require explanation was just really, really weird. I woke up in the middle of the night and I wanted to buy a mansplaining party game, and I found two. The first one was kind of like a trivia game, and it really didn't make sense to me. I wanted a game with a little more improv. And then I found an improv game, but the topics were really philosophical and I didn't think were very fun. I complained about the game to pretty much everyone in my life, saying like, how does this game not exist? And then I was walking in an HEB, I was talking to one of my friends, and he was like, well, what would the game look like if you made it? And then right then and there, we designed 80% of our game. It took me an hour and a half to pick up bananas and bread because we were laughing so hard. I've been working from home since 2020, and that time we had to go into the office in order to learn a new system. All my coworkers were like, hey, what have you been up to? And then I mentioned this game. And then they were like, we want to play it. And I was like, sure. So I went home, made a rough prototype, and then played it with all of my coworkers. They absolutely loved it. They said, when can we buy it? And I was like, I guess I will get back to you. I spent the next month researching board game design and how to self-publish a board game. I had to look up how to start a company, I had to look up how to design cards, I had to look up art, and I started assembling my team. I was looking for ways to market my board game or at least get my name out there because I didn't know anyone in the industry. And then I came across TikTok. TikTok was a very small space a year ago. I think there was a handful of creators posting every day. And I kept telling myself, even if it's a bad video, it's market share. And you never know where this is going to take you. I started to playtest my game more with more of my coworkers. The majority of my playtesters were actually minority and minority women. The idea behind Allow Me to Mansplain is that my friends who were women were upset that they were being mansplained, and I was probably more upset at the words that are said before mansplain than the actual mansplain. You know, things like if you had an actual job or if you were prettier, maybe someone may have told you. That stuff always made me upset, and I was like, I want to make a game that places an emphasis on that. I started making TikToks, and the rest is history. I chose an American manufacturer. We went through this whole process on how to make a component from our game. We decided to take Sculpey Clay, sculpt the logo of our game, which is this POW bubble, and then made it into a silicone mold, and then we poured resin into that mold in order to get the components for our game. It's been over a year later, and I'm still enjoying playing my game, and hopefully it never gets old. It took me about a year and a half from conception to having the game physically in my hands to play with my family and friends. It's been a crazy adventure so far, and I have no idea where we're going to go, but I'm super excited.